look like a fool. Not a man, you have no tools. You look like a fool, make me lose my cool. Dance, move, make it loose. Time to take you off your shoes.
Surprise, surprise, it rained.
Hello, it's good to be back and I'm glad you're here watching, and if you're new, welcome. It's been tricky to manage the construction, my own personal life, filming, editing, and finding the courage to record the voiceover because I actually had to relocate myself, move out from where I was, so finding comfort and safety to do it properly hasn't been easy.
Critical parts of the house is that there's a 20 by 20 beam here, so I never knew how to support it, but I think the simplest solution is to say this, use the offcuts of this big beam, put them here, then do the mortising. I'll drive 2 screws, I'll mortise, then drive the screws, and then put the big beam on top of this whole thing that is gonna be fully supported by the foundations. So there we have our 4 blocks. We're gonna go place them. Now, you know, they measure 12. Here's 290. So,
To give you some context, before building this house, I only made a couple of pieces of furniture and some boxes and other small wooden items. I've been practicing, but nothing comparable to the vastness of making your own home and wearing multiple hats as the project manager, the builder, the architect, everything. And obviously you find yourself sometimes lost in this journey and with the concern of failing and not achieving the things the way you wanted. But you also have to add another parameter, which is the randomness of the weather and life itself, which adds another layer of complexity. I do find a lot of purpose in this project and I wouldn't do it any other way. But I must say that some days you do feel the loneliness get to you.
Se ha salido sin no tener miedo.
Alright, let's talk a little bit about the insulation of my house. I am using wood fibre for everything and it's very efficient as it allows you to delay the transfer of heat between the outside and the inside and vice versa. So it allows you to have a more stable temperature in the house and make it more comfortable. It's, in a way, we could argue that it could be better than some other insulation systems, but there's always debate on this. But it's also quite eco-friendly, not fully eco-friendly, but quite eco-friendly. And the installation of it is extremely tedious if you have to cut it, but it's easy to handle itself. But you do need to wear a mask because if you're cutting it, you will inhale the dust and that's not a good thing. And the purpose of all this insulation is to achieve almost a passive house where heating is potentially unnecessary. It won't be the case, but it's aiming towards that, just to lower the bills, just to have a more comfortable life and to be somewhat more independent energy-wise. We definitely need storytelling in this adventure, and we all know what it is at this point. And if you're new, you will know now. It's the rain. The rain has been my nemesis. It has been what drives me and what makes me not sleep at night. It's been such an issue that even the people that are the farmers, the people that are literally weather dependent, have been also experiencing very severely. Crop, construction, everything has been slowed down and kind of destroyed by the rain. The rain is non-ending. In May we had 20 days of rain. That's how much rain there is. And when you're working with transformed material like OSB, that's not a good thing. And it's been a big issue, but you gotta keep going and find solutions. You will probably hear me say a lot that this was a stressful day or that this was very hard, etc. Well, it's a nature. Maybe I should not say it as much. But you know what? This was one of those days. It wasn't supposed to rain, but my little sneaky nemesis showed up and decided to say hello, maybe to welcome this new barrier. And I will show you what happened. While watching this footage, I realize how privileged I am and the luck that I have. I'm never gonna take that for granted. And for those who dream doing this, I wish you the best of luck and I wish you the best of your courage, because you will need it, but you will also need support, either in your own self or either people around you, because you will face issues. So not only did I have ants everywhere, but water everywhere. And OSB does not like water. Here when I installed the OSB, it's perfect, but I wasn't reactive enough. I didn't cover it soon enough. And covering is not easy, you know. You need to put tarps that are massive. So I'm dealing with an issue. It's my present issue actually, but I have found a solution, and that will be for next video. So stick around and let's continue this journey. This silicone you see me using is only to avoid the noises when walking. I'm not convinced about the time you invest and the money you invest to put all of this, and I guess we will only know when the house is finished and everything is set up. But apparently it's efficient. At this point I have come to accepting and understanding that we're all different. Might be redundant, but knowing this and understanding this are two different things. So let me tell you a story about how I felt in this particular moment. Right now, I got very emotional. I kinda started crying because it felt like for the first time I was walking on my house. I have never experienced that until now. So quite the moment, and I felt very grateful and lucky despite the heat of that day. If it doesn't rain, there's a lot of heat. Quite tricky to navigate this weather. So don't get bored by it because it will show up all the time. These shameless moments of filming myself, it's celebratory. I've never really been like this, but I guess that's what it provokes, to feel pride on what you do. And the next step is framing. We've already completed some of it, but these are the walls, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video when we start framing the walls.